one of the most important movies that is coming out next year to kickstart the new DC movie franchise and universe is none other than Superman. And we have got our first official trailer. Now, this trailer can be argued as one of the most important movie trailers in all of film history. This movie has so much expectations, weight. It is shouldering a lot of responsibility to revamp this new DC that is launching in 2025. And it is one of the most important reasons, because if this movie does not succeed and it flops and it falls and it's bad, then that could put DC back, I don't know how, like another decade, another 20 years. I mean, we won't see another Superman movie for a very long time if this movie's not good. So this trailer had to be absolute perfection. It had to be the best first trailer you could put out possibly. Now, James Gunn has done some fantastic stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, we all know that James Gunn is fantastic when it comes to superhero movies. He's done it in Marvel. You know, I love his Suicide Squad movie as well. You know, he's done other things outside of that, but his responsibility is bringing this new DC universe into existence. And we finally got the trailer. And I'm going to be honest, I absolutely love this trailer. I think this is the perfect first trailer that they could have put out for this Superman movie. Now, some things that I really liked about this trailer. Now, firstly, something that a lot of people have issues with is the Superman character itself, because he is a god, basically. Nothing can hurt him. That's how people perceive him. He's supposed to be perfection. He's supposed to be the thing that we all strive to be. That is who Superman is supposed to be. He's supposed to be the beacon of hope as well. And I know a lot of people have always said Superman is such a boring character. You know, what are you going to do with him? And we recently just had Superman and Lois finish up, which took the character to another level and showed you that you can do Superman and elevate that character to make him very interesting and tackle with different themes that actually test Superman. What James Gunn has introduced already is the very opening moment of this trailer where Superman comes crashing down all bloodied up, and that, you know, the breathing, the heavy breathing. So we're already seeing that Superman is not completely invincible here, that he can be beaten up. And I think James Gunn is already sending a message to people to say Superman isn't just this invincible god. He has things that can harm him, and we're seeing that already at the first instance, which I think is a huge plus that James Gunn needed to do to showcase the people who were doubting that Superman is a good character. And then as you go through the trailer, you see him struggling. You know, we have people throwing things at him and, you know, being mad at him, and him sitting there at the Stag Industries, you know, looking over, like, you know, feeling the agony of just, have I let everyone down? You can see that in this character right here. So I think James Gunn is doing that in a way, and I think that's going to be all tied into the giant kaiju that we see and the destruction of the city. And I think James Gunn knows that, and that's what he's going to go for. And with that, we know that, look, I am a Man of Steel lover. I will defend that movie with my life. I don't care what anyone says. To me, it is the best comic book movie. It is my favorite comic book movie. I absolutely love it. I love that movie. But I would be lying to say if there was not discourse about people who were like, oh, Superman destroys so much stuff when he fights and stuff like that. Now, I don't agree with that. I think it's like, when you understand the villains of Superman, you understand that they are not like anime villains, like Dragon Ball villains or anything like that, where you can sit there and be like, yo, you love to fight? Let's go over to the desert and fight a 1v1, you know, over there, and we can go all out and stuff like that. And they're like, sure, I want to test my strength and skills against you. No, these villains will do anything and everything to have the upper hand and the advantage. In Man of Steel, for instance, it's like Zod. Zod is not going to leave that city, because if he leaves and goes fight Superman somewhere else, he knows he's at a disadvantage because he doesn't have anything. Where if he's in the city, he can throw things, grab people and stuff like that to, you know, manipulate the scenario so that he has the upper hand. That's just the villains. That's what the villains do. So I never got it. But James Gunn obviously knows this. He knows this discourse. And you can see that in this trailer, he is going to address those issues. And I think that's what he's going to do here, because it showcases that with the buildings falling down, with the people getting angry, and I think that's all going to be tied in. So I like that. Another thing that people didn't like is they didn't feel like Superman felt like Superman by saving people and stuff like that and being the beacon of hope. Well, in this trailer, there are two shots that I absolutely love. The one with the little girl where he swings in to save her from all the rubble that's coming towards her. I think that right there to me was just, that's Superman. That felt like Superman in that moment. And then you have the kid raising the Superman flag, holding onto it and saying Superman, Superman. That to me is James Gunn showing you that this Superman is going to be that beacon of hope that everyone knows and loves. And I think James Gunn knew that and knew the discourse, and he's added that into here. And that element is going to, elevate this character to another level. So, dude, those two shots are absolutely fantastic. Obviously, we have the giant kaiju in here as well, which I'm excited to see what goes with there. We got our first look at Guy in here as well. I know some people are like, oh, it's a goofy haircut and stuff like that. I honestly don't. It's just a character design. Who cares? A character design is not going to make the movie better or worse. It doesn't matter. The only time it makes a movie worse is if you're going CG and you have just an absolutely horrible CG creature that doesn't work. That's the only time it starts making issues. But a design of a character with the costumes and that is not going to change the quality of the story, dialogue, and characters. It's not going to do that. So I don't mind. Obviously, we got Hawkwoman as well in there as well. She looks pretty cool as well. They all seem to have the same suit, so something's going on with that. Then you also have the villains that get introduced. When Nicholas Hoult was named Lex Luthor, I was like, let's freaking go. Because I know Nicholas Hoult is so freaking good. And if you don't believe me, you just need to watch his filmography. Go watch him in other movies. He is so freaking good. And I knew when he was going to be Lex, I had no issue with that. And he looks great as Lex Luthor. He looks the part. He looks like he's going to be menacing. That shot where he's sitting there, Superman flies past and he's angry. I'm very intrigued to see where he goes with that Lex Luthor and how that's going to go. Nicholas Hoult, I am 100% on board with that. Something I was a bit unsure of was the announcement of Krypto being into it. Now, I'm not a big... Look, I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. But having Krypto in here, I was kind of like, I don't know if this is going to work. Because then that's kind of a bit like, oh, okay, we're adding Krypto in. This is just another level of just, okay, that this could go way, way south. In the trailer, when he's whistling, I really, really liked it. And when Krypto came in, Krypto looked great. And I was like, you know what? This might work. This might work. And then I remembered as well, I'm like, James Gunn has dealt with sort of things like this before in Guardians. So I'm like, if there's anyone that I could trust to make Krypto work in a Superman movie, it's going to be James Gunn. So that looked good. Lois Lane looks absolutely fantastic as well. I'm excited to see the relationship between her and Clark. That to me is going to be key because, especially after watching Superman and Lois, Superman and Lois just nails that relationship the best you ever see in Superman. Like the best in live action. It was just fantastic. Now, obviously, that's got 4 seasons worth. So James has to try and nail that thing because obviously this is in a world that he's already been Superman. So I'm interested to see what we're going to get with the dynamic, how that's all going to go. I'm excited. Another thing that I really like that James did is the way that Clark looks. Now, we're so used to just the glasses. And a lot of people, we love to joke about it. Like, oh, come on. Like, look, Henry Cavill, you put the glass on, you know it's Henry Cavill. You can see it's Henry Cavill. It's just glasses. I mean, the same thing. Look, same thing in Superman and Lois. He has the glasses, and you can still tell that it's Superman and Clark are the same person. Like, glasses don't make that much of a difference. But what I loved is he changed the complete hairstyle of him. So you can see that character and then Superman, and you can be like, oh, okay. There's quite a difference in that look because his hair is completely different. And having glasses and hair can change a look like that from this one to a complete different one. And I thought that's such a nice touch that he did that I think James looked at and went, you know what, people make fun of this. And even though it's something that's been in the comics for way longer than I've been alive, and it's something that we've all grown up with, I just think it's the right thing to do is to change up a little bit more just to give those other people who always go, oh, Superman just looks the same. Like, he just put glasses on. Like, why? How does no one know? Well, Let's do it. And that's what James did. So I like that he did that. Now, I think it looked absolutely fantastic. The shots were freaking stunning. The music, though, I love what they did with the music. You know, you can hear the John Williams score in there, but it's ever so slightly changed into a different way. And I think it was just brilliant. And you know what? We've never had a bad Superman score. Hans Zimmer's is freaking awesome. John Williams is freaking classic and just brilliant. And now this one, if they go with this, yeah, I like this score. I like it. And like, you know, I get it. People are going to be like, oh, but it's John Williams scoring that. But it's like, it doesn't have to be John Williams. It's something like that to pay homage to it, but then change it up. And that's what they did. And I think the music just elevated this trailer, and it just gives you that sense. Now, there was no dialogue except for Home and Superman. And I think that's great. He didn't need to add any dialogue, because the idea of this first trailer is to give us an idea of where we're going and, you know, showcase Superman in some things here, show us a little bit of the action, the characters and that. No story threads were really dropped or anything like that. I expect that for the next trailer to get more of an idea of where the story's going to go and what's going to happen. We also got to look at, obviously, Jonathan Kent's in here as well. So that's going to be a little bit of a slight change in the story. It has happened before in the comics where Jonathan Kent's been obviously alive when he's become Superman. So that's a little change that they did there, which I don't mind because, you know, we don't have much of Jonathan Kent really. And because this is not an origin story, I like to see how Superman's going to deal with him alive. And like I said, we've seen it before as well. So it's not anything like, oh, James Gunn has changed everything that Superman is about. No, he hasn't, because this has happened before. So I'm interested to see that, and I love the look of Jonathan Kent as well. He looks like a farmer. He looks like someone out there as well. So I can't wait to see that relationship on screen as well. And I just think the tone looks great. I'm be lying to say I'm not excited for this movie. I am so excited for this movie. I love Superman, and Superman and Lois was fantastic. That's finished now. I love Man of Steel. I love the first Superman movie. And now we're getting another one. And I hope that this is really good. Like I said, we've seen trailers that are freaking awesome and the movie has absolutely sucked. So I'm not saying the movie's going to be fantastic, but this trailer was really, really good. And it showed me that my faith in James Gunn, I now am even more confident that he's going to nail this because of this trailer. I just think it was just absolutely perfect for the first trailer, and it just gave me everything I was hoping for the first trailer. So yeah, I love it. And look, I know some people, I wanted Henry Cavill to come back as Superman, but it's not going to happen. All right. And you know what? It is what it is. We just got to accept it and move on. And you know what? That's okay. We now have a new Superman, and we should support him. We should support him and everything like that, and give him everything that we have and give him a chance, because everyone deserves a chance. And that's how it should be. So let me know what you guys think of the trailer. Did you guys enjoy it? Maybe you didn't. Smash your thoughts down below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.